The broadcast started.
Oh
We're
my God.
live. We are live.
Typing words out here. Don't look at them.
Don't look at Josh's words.
I'm click-clacking away over here.
Let me get a little linkage out here on the tweeters so you can see some tweets about things that don't make you want to hang yourself.
If it's about the Cowboys, I may still want to. We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys and Amari Cooper. Oh my God, we missed Amari Cooper getting signed. Where's the show? Where do we do the show? Let me find it. F. Found it. We have too many cool words in our name.
Cool words. Cool word boys. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to week 10 of the 2018 NFL football season. And I'm assuming the 7th episode of Fantasy Football podcast, because I've skipped around a couple times.
You died in New York, and we had to get a new version of you.
7 or 8 episodes here. We missed last week. I had to go a shotgun wedding trip in Alabama.
Shotgun wedding? Alabama. How was Alabama?
Let me tell you a quick story about Alabama before we get into the realness here.
Okay.
I was hired for an assignment to go to Alabama and
You're like Spider-Man.
Write about this elementary school.
Yeah.
And at this elementary school, over the past few years, the teachers there had painted the school and their classrooms to resemble the campus of Hogwarts.
Sure.
So it was like a Slytherin classroom and a potions room, and
that's awesome.
One of the hallways was done up like the train tunnel, and they like,
oh yeah,
it was very interesting and I'll say it's very interesting. It's very interesting from the pictures I got to see.
Right.
Because when I went to Alabama on 24 hours notice, I got there and I got a phone call. I went there on Wednesday. The event I was going to was on Thursday, and I was going to fly back Friday.
Yeah.
I got down there Wednesday, got to the hotel, getting my stuff ready, looking up this school on the map for the rental car, yada, yada.
Oh my God, you're like a grown-up.
And I got a call from my editor who was like, hey, did you make it to Alabama yet? And I was like, yeah.
Yep.
She's like, oh, the event is canceled.
Yay! Now I'm in Alabama.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Now what?
So then I was in Alabama, and what had happened was... I tried to look up some flights to come back on Thursday, so I didn't have to stay there for 36 hours.
No, they don't have airplanes on Thursday in Alabama.
And what happened was the airline was like, that'll be another $300.
Sure.
And then I was like, well, this is already all paid for, so I guess I'm staying till Friday.
What did you do? Just stay in a hotel?
So Wednesday, I went to a very nice movie theater to see Halloween for a second time.
Okay.
It was really nice. They served drinks. They had sushi. It was like real super fancy. It was
in Alabama?
It was a 21 and over theater. This theater had like theaters where like everyone could go. And then if you paid like $2 extra, you could go to like 21 and over. So you didn't have to deal with kids.
That's a pretty sweet idea, actually.
Which was great. And then I got ice cream because it was like 78 degrees in Alabama.
Yeah, it's like hot.
And then I went back to and then the next day I did a little bit of work, and then I went into Huntsville proper, and I went to a restaurant called the Toy Box Bistro, and they had a whole bunch of food, and the whole restaurant had like all the toys all over the place, which was really neat.
That's cool.
And then I drove to like a comic shop and a baseball card shop. And then I went back to the hotel and watched Thursday Night Football. And then Friday morning, I came home.
Yeah, like a nice little vacation.
Oh, it was great vacation.
You had a vacation in Huntsville, Alabama.
Which on the way out, which I would have, if I would have been paying more attention to Huntsville is apparently Rocket City. It's a big like
Rocket
NASA,
City?
space exploration, like
Why?
military stuff, like Boeing and all these things are down there.
Okay.
But so the nickname is Rocket City, and
Sure.
their minor league team just renamed themselves the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool.
And but I didn't know that until I was leaving, so I didn't get to go. They had, it's even got the, raccoon logo. It's a little bit like
to see it.
Of the Galaxy kind of thing.
Oh, it comes up like right away on the Google here. Oh, look at this! Look at him. Oh, he's cute.
The Rocket City Trash Pandas.
I like this one picture I'm looking at. It's just literally a picture of a trash panda coming out of a trash can. Just he lives in it. And then there's a little logo.
It's a little guy in a trash can.
You can't
it's got a rocket. And the other one looks suspiciously like the old Houston Rockets logo.
Oh, the one with the thing on his face?
No, just like the R, the like spaceship that looks like an R.
Yeah. Oh man, you should. I wish you would have got a shirt or a jersey.
I wish I would have got a job, but I didn't. But hopefully, they are reimbursing me for my travel and stuff, so I can't complain too much. It's not my boss's fault.
Why did they cancel it? Because there aren't actually any schools in Alabama.
There was some legally things going on that came down at like the last minute, apparently, because they didn't come down 24 hours before when they made me book the flights.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun.
Like about children and stuff?
It was some other stuff that I can't talk about on a podcast.
Got it. I got you.
It was on the business end.
Oh, I see. Well,
but otherwise, it was fine. It was hot. I mean, the hotel was whatever. They had free breakfast.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't get any trouble from any Rebs because I was a Yankee in their city.
Well, they don't really. I would have just put on an affect and been like, "Yeehaw! It's my favorite show." And then
I had my cowboy boots. So
there you go. There's where the boots paid off. You can tell Nick. Now you can tell Nick that's where the boots paid off.
They pay off every day.
They're comfortable, man.
They are comfortable. But yeah, so now we're back to catch you guys up. We're back, and theoretically, we should be good for the rest of the season.
That's sure. That sounds great. That sounds true.
I'm saying theoretically because there's a lot of things happening right now.
Yep.
A lot of ins and a lot of outs. So we're gonna take it 1 week at a time. And we're here for you this week in week 10.
Josh Robertson says he lives in Huntsville and he can get his t-shirts.
What?
I kind of want one.
Josh is a girl's small.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I fluctuate between a regular small and a small medium.
I see.
Go with small.
Go with small. You seriously still wear smalls though?
Yeah, I find that medium. I mean, medium lengthwise is better, but it's too big. Like it's too big. I'm like an in between now. Like I'm in a weird in between. I don't know, man. I grew up.
You're like in that weird thing where like the babies grow up so fast and they're like, oh, I'm in 8 to 6 months old clothes, and now I'm in toddler clothes.
I think I'm stuck here because like I don't plan on getting like fatter. Hopefully, like I don't know. Maybe I will, but like. If anything,
not when they lock us up for being too liberal.
That's true. When they put us in the camps, we'll definitely get thinner because they won't feed us. Extra medium. Schmedium. Oh God.
The Trash Pandas.
What? That's a good name.
It is a good name. I'm glad that they got a team and that the team is really embracing thing. I'll tell you what's weird about the Alabama airport. To digress even
The
further,
Alabama airport,
the Huntsville airport, is that when you come out of your gate, there's like actually like military drones hanging from the ceiling.
Why? Oh, because they make them there.
Because they make them there, but it's like, oh shit, there are like
the predators. You mean like the ones that kill people? Those ones?
Yeah, man. They're just hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Like, look at what we do.
Yeah, we make those here too, though.
Don't close your back, or don't close your eyes, and don't turn your back.
Don't even hide, because they have the bombs that go under the ground, and they'll just blow up underground, and then you'll be dead.
Bunker bust.
Yeah, those things. I went on Live Leak once. I know. Live Leak. Remember that?
Leak. Yeah. Hey, man, that's where you can see the video of Bud Dwyer still, probably.
That's definitely there.
That's the last place on earth that exists.
Somebody, this old guy who I talked to who comes into the store was talking to me about that. And I was like, yeah, like everybody knows about that. I was like, yeah, it's like a thing. I was like, you know, the Filter song? He doesn't. He's like 70 years old. Like, there's a song about it from like when I was a kid. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Can I Take Your Picture?
It was on the Girl Next Door soundtrack.
Take your picture.
That's a good one.
Those guys suck.
Get out! Come back to Huntsville!
Oh, man. So, look, I'm not going to drag this show down with other stuff. I just want to talk about football so we can like chill for tonight.
That'd be great.
You know,
I need a little bit of that.
Like
tomorrow's a different day for me, but tonight,
tonight we're just gonna football it up. I let all the hidden tags do the talking tonight for me. I really exercised some demons in the hidden tags. I
didn't even look at them. Hold on, let me find them.
I don't. Can you see them? And no,
you can't. I thought you meant in the tweet that you did.
Oh no! I meant in the YouTube hidden tags.
Oh no, I did. I didn't see them.
So that let's move on. So again, hey everybody, in case you forgot, I'm Luke and he is Josh. I know it's been some time since you've seen us.
Yeah.
So we talked about what I've been up to, Josh. How was your last 13 days since we last saw each other?
I don't remember most of them. But not because of any reason. There was a crazy tornado storm where I live, sort of.
Really?
Yeah. So I was playing Elder Scrolls on I guess it was Friday. It was last Friday, and the power goes out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And as soon as the power goes out, my building that I live in moves. Like I felt it move. And I immediately got scared because I was like, oh, what the hell is happening? And I go out to my back porch, which is like an enclosed porch and shit. And it sounded like I was inside of a jet engine. And I was like, oh, there's a crazy fucking storm happening that I didn't know about at 11 o'clock at night. And then the phone, like, I don't have a landline and I didn't look at my fucking cell phone. Like, I'm getting alerts for like tornadoes and shit. And the phone that's in the store below me is ringing. So the county is like calling like people and being like, yo, get somewhere not where the tornado is or whatever. So I guess it really wasn't actually a tornado. But if that wasn't a tornado, I don't ever want to be in a tornado because literally the building shifted. Yeah. Like I felt it move.
Well, and for the people who might not be familiar with your domicile, you don't live in like a shack in the middle of the woods. No, you live on a town street.
Yeah,
and they're all brick buildings like lined up next to each other.
Big ass buildings.
That thing is shaking. Yeah. Like,
yep, it freaked me out, man. I was like, all right, that's global warming thing is getting a little. I'm a little over it, but we're not talking about it.
Hey, it's already the day after tomorrow, Josh.
It is already the day after tomorrow. It's always the day after tomorrow.
That's right. Sort of?
Yeah.
Sort of. Oh, man. What a great show we have.
Yeah, we're really good at shows.
Good at shows. All right. Well, that was exciting and terrifying.
Yeah. I survived, I think.
I'm glad you're okay.
Maybe I'm Bruce Willis. Who knows though?
Wait, are you the ghost in the machine?
The ghost in the shell, maybe?
Is this existence?
Existence. I wish I was the ghost in the shell. That lady is very hot.
Makoto Kusanagi.
There you go. I didn't know. The colonel, right? The major.
Colonel.
The colonel?
The major.
Major. Colonel is one below major.
Which version of her, though, is the one you like?
Oh, like the anime version or the...
Is it the original anime, like the standalone complex?
Standalone complex was my...
The Rise, the Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson's probably my least favorite one, just because she's Scarlett Johansson. Standalone complex, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But she does get kind of...
She has the best haircut in that one.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, I like the designs in standalone complex.
Yeah.
I haven't finished Rise. Rise is like 15 different movies. It's
weird.
I
haven't seen that. I'm too old. I'm too old to start watching that.
Ghost in the Shell 2, though.
The movie?
The movie sequel to the original movie is trippy. That's a good one.
I like when they get real weird.
That one is even more like, we're the lost souls of all the people in robots. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, that'll be cool though. That'll be sweet. We'll be just haunted robots. Which is kind of what we are now.
Oh, for sure. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We're just gonna end it there because that was
been Ghost in the Shell podcast.
That was the realest shit. All right, man. It's been so. I'm not used to segues now. It's been so long.
All right, just shift into it.
It's been so long. So I guess that means it's time for listener questions brought to you by LinkedIn. Build and manage your professional relationships online. LinkedIn, connecting the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. And this week we have 2 last-minute listener questions.
Yes.
Which came in. Though I remembered that we had a show tonight, I once again forgot to let people know to send in questions.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we have some great listeners, viewers, and participants over on the Discord who sent us some questions anyway. And our first question comes from Shams Tron.
Oh, yeah.
Since there are no questions, here is one. And now there is one question. So there are poor defenses I like to target when setting up my lineup, but are there any that are so good you try to avoid?
So good?
Yeah, so if you have like a wide receiver going up against like the Dallas D, like are you definitely playing them or are you sitting, that kind of thing? Like, is there defenses you avoid?
No. I mean, there's teams I try to avoid. Like, I would avoid the Rams right now. Because their offense and defense is playing so well that you're probably not going to score too many points on them.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So when you have like
a
guy going up this week against the Rams, are you playing him?
Yeah, but I weigh that less than like if I have like I don't know who do I have? Like if I have somebody who I need to play like Juju Smith-Schuster and he's playing the Rams, like I'm gonna play him still.
Sure,
he's gonna get points, right? Like he's not gonna get points, but I would take it into consideration. And if I had another wide receiver that was like maybe as good, which I don't, I probably would start them over them. But I don't weigh it as much as the player, if that makes sense. And that might be not the right way to do it all the time. But I feel like players like Schuster are gonna like just get points no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely certain guys, right, that are like, this guy's going to score points. But like, I know for sure if I have a running back and he's going up against the Bears, I'm not playing him.
That's bad. Yeah,
because the Bears at home haven't allowed a running back over 40 yards.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The Bears are like the old time Bears somehow.
Yeah,
they turned into the good Bears. I don't know.
I think it's, for me too, when you talk about weighing it with players, like I don't necessarily, I mean, with a running back, yes, against the defense for sure. But like with wide receivers, I weigh it against who are they getting matched up against, right?
That's
Like,
better, yeah.
like I'm not really scared of the Jags defense, but I'm
Right.
definitely scared if my guy is going up against Jalen Ramsey,
Yeah, that's
or if he's going up against Tre'Davious White, or any of those like elite guys that
yeah.
have been shown to hold receivers down. So then I'm like, well, but obviously you get those situations where it's like, well, I have to play him.
Yeah, I have to,
Who
right?
else do I have? But I do. That's something I definitely considered during the course of the season. Like, who's going up against who? Is
Right.
this guy capable of doing anything? Who's his quarterback this week? Did his quarterback get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Now that Sam Darnold's out on the Jets, and it looks like Josh McCown is going to play, instead of not playing Jets wide receivers, all of a sudden, like, Jets wide receivers become real interesting.
They're a little bit better, right? Or they're
Yeah.
a little bit more attractive.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like, oh shit, I got to start them. But,
Right.
that's just another one. That's like, there's so many questions that go into who are you starting and playing every single week. And that's definitely one we consider, though, Shams.
Yeah.
But honestly, as a whole versus defenses, honestly, the only one that truly scares me is like the Bears defense right now.
Yeah.
Other ones get turnovers and other ones get like sacks, but like that doesn't necessarily impact position players too much.
Right.
So
like there's gonna be like sacks, right? Like teams are gonna get sacks, but the Bears are I have them in my other league, and like they will just score me like 30 points now. They're just like scoring points too, which is like crazy. And if a team is doing that to your team, like that's terrifying. Like because they're not. That means like your guys who are playing against the Bears aren't going to be doing anything because they're not going to be like allowed to. And it's a lot harder. But there's so many variables. Like it's like you can really like get in like to like this deep hole where you're just constantly like, well, this is for me. I mostly look at defenses that I can exploit over defenses that I'm gonna avoid. And I does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
for
try to
sure.
take the positive more than the negative because I think positive will yield me more points for me. Whereas if I think about like, well, what points am I not going to get? Then I'm not getting those points. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that correctly? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not being very clear, but I would rather like exploit a team like obviously like I've been picking on the Cardinals a lot, but like if you're playing the Cardinals, like just play them.
Yeah, like if you're playing the Cardinals, like New Orleans defense, this year Minnesota's defense, like if the secondary, like if you had wide receivers and a quarterback, it's like play them.
Put them out there.
They're gonna score.
Yep.
They're gonna get the points.
Yep.
It's nice. All right, we also have a question tonight from KJ Sandwich.
Oh yeah, Sandwich man.
Who should I play this week? Big Ben on Thursday, or Andrew Luck versus the Jaguars versus the Jags at home.
So in Indy.
I think that game is in Indy. I actually have the Jaguars defense, so let me see.
I don't have anybody on those teams.
Yes, it's in Indianapolis.
Probably would go Andrew Luck at this point. Thursday's weird, right? And Dallas or Pittsburgh is playing Carolina. They're a little better than the Jags right now, so I would probably go Luck, just because of the Thursday mostly though, because Thursday is so goofy. That being said, Roethlisberger can bust out like 4 touchdowns out of his butt.
He can, and I think that game is going to be a very weird game.
Yeah,
both those teams have been scoring a lot, and I think this game's going to be. And Thursday night games have been like high scoring recently.
Yeah,
I feel like this is going to be like one of those games where it's just like, grindy, right?
Wall meets wall.
Yeah, I like Luck too. Yeah. Not just because he's at home and it's on a Sunday, but because he's been playing like bananas.
Has he? I haven't really been paying attention to him. So.
Dude, he's got like here. Let me look up his thing here real quick. Over the last 4 games, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
And the game before that, he had 4 touchdowns and 464 yards. That was that Houston overtime game.
Yeah.
So since he had kind of a slow start, at Washington and at Philadelphia, he didn't do very much.
Right.
But since he's been back in the AFC, he's just been like going crazy. And he's actually only had 3 home games through the first 8 weeks of the season, and he's scored at least 28 points in each of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, currently on ESPN, he's a top 6 quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's a guy to play. I know Big Ben is Big Ben, but he's due for a crapper.
Yeah. I think he's been playing sort of like above his age, I would say at this. I don't know. We always talk about Big Ben and how like he's weird and fluky. Like he'll go like 2-1, right? Like 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah,
but like I don't know. Like he's been seeming like he's been playing like better. So I stopped because you froze, and I don't know what is happening.
Oh shit! I did. What is going on?
It's the Google curse. It hates us.
Like I'm sort of here, but I'm also sort of not.
Well, I can hear you, but I can't see you moving, which I don't really need to, I guess.
Yeah, my little bottom corner screen is like fucking Google, man.
I know.
Give me a second here. What if I turn the camera off and then turn it back on?
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Hey Google, play me some klaxons.
That artist is only available for Google Play Music.
That artist?
But try this Google Play Music klaxon station.
Klaxon station.
Klaxons is a band.
Does it say? This sounds like I wouldn't listen to this.
Hey Google, stop. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to this either.
Yeah.
What a terrible mistake.
That's like when you're coming home and it's like 3 a.m. and there's nothing on, and you're like, fine,
XPN, I'll listen to your hipster radio.
Fine, college rock.
But those were listener questions brought to you by LinkedIn. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but on LinkedIn, you can build and manage your professional relationships online, and you can connect to the world's professionals and be more productive and successful.
There you go.
LinkedIn. It's been some time since we've had one of these, so let's get real. It's time for the Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra. 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment. Monster. It's the good stuff. Let's crack this one open here. This is the 0 ultra flavor.
Ooh, it's like the original. That's like the OG Luke flavor right there. I remember drinking those before we did other shows and being like, man, how do you drink this fucking horse piss? It tastes so good. I mean,
haters gonna hate. Monster's gonna monster.
It was never like enough for me. I always wanted more. Give me more.
I want to break the 4 recommended daily allowance and have 6 or 8 and then really go bananas.
You can only have 4 of them a day?
Yeah, 4 within a 24-hour period, yeah.
It's like aspirin.
Yeah, well, I only really ever have like 1. The only time I ever have more than that is when I do this show.
So you have 2.
So I have 2, yeah.
I took one of those 5-hour drinks one time. I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Okay.
My heart was like, stop. But I didn't. I lived.
You made it.
I didn't turn into a ghost in the show.
All right, this week's Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra, is none other than number 13. Who dat gonna beat them Saints? Michael Thomas. He had 12 catches. He had 211 yards.
That's absurd.
He had 1 touchdown. And arguably,
the
best touchdown celebration of the 2018 season.
People are really annoyed or whatever, or they're acting annoyed at this celebration. I think it's great. I don't understand what I mean. Like, I get that it's a penalty for using a prop or whatever, but like, I love it. I love that it was a callback to Joe Horn. I love that it was thought out. It just reminded me of like a time that I thought was gone, and I was like, oh, that's great. Like, as soon as he did it, I was like, oh my god, fucking Joe Horn. Like, remember Joe Horn?
We were talking about that when it happened, and I was talking about it with my friends that aren't you, and
yeah,
we were talking, like Joe Horn, and the quarterback at that time was probably Aaron Brooks. And we were like, oh my god, that is some like
so
old ass shit, like, and that's definitely like OG. Like, we lived in college and played Madden, and Aaron Brooks was awesome in Madden type of like nonsense.
Yeah, it was that time of like those weird like they were gonna be good quarterbacks, and then they turned out to be like really terrible quarterbacks. Like who was the Quincy Carter?
Achilles Smith was
oh no.
Everybody was like, oh, we need the next Mike Vick.
Yeah, Mike Vick and McNabb and
then nobody was ever them. No. Josh Freeman. Remember Josh Freeman?
Josh Freeman. Yeah.
I like Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, everybody likes Dante Culpepper. He's the greatest inside joke burn that we had.
Yes, he is. He is. The best inside joke, and also Minnesota Viking quarterback.
That's right.
All right, so that was the Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra, 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment Monster. It's good. We had a late question come in here in the chat from Sam. I'm not even going to try it. Sam wants to know, should I drop Baker Mayfield for Andy Dalton?
Who are they playing? Who are each of they playing?
Well, I don't think it's a question of who are they playing. I think he
wants to know overall.
Overall, I'm keeping Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I would too. I don't think I would. Andy Dalton is like a less good Ben Roethlisberger.
It's true.
Like, they're very similar.
I think Mayfield has so much higher upside this season, he definitely look. I know that the Bengals have some weapons who are good.
Yeah,
but Mayfield has like weapons that are real good.
Yeah, his upside is definitely better. And Andy Dalton has spurned me one too many times. I picked him up because I had a bye for both of my quarterbacks. I had to get a third quarterback, and he lost me the game.
He lost you the game?
Yeah, he scored like some pathetic amount of points. Like, when I'm used to getting like 20 points for quarterbacks, he scored like 12 points or some shit like that. So I'm blaming it on him because he's the quarterback and the leader of my fantasy football team.
So let me see here. Andy Dalton. All right, he's currently in the top 15 of quarterbacks, averaging about 20-ish points a game.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is in the top 30, but let's remember that Baker Mayfield didn't play for the first, we'll say first 3 games, because he barely played in that Jets game. So he missed 3 games on a season. But since then, he's been really consistent. And I like his matchups for the rest of the year, actually. I like him against Cincinnati and Houston.
Yeah.
Definitely against Denver. I think the only bad matchup he really has coming up for the rest of the season is at Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. If your other QB is Russell Wilson, like, I think you're okay already.
Right.
And that's what he's saying here. Sam is saying that my other QB is Wilson. So
yeah, you're fine.
I think you're fine. And I like Mayfield for now. The good thing about the waiver wire is that it doesn't actually end. So if something goes terribly wrong, you could get Dalton. I mean, Dalton is still only owned in like 50% of ESPN leagues. I don't think that number is going to change too drastically.
Yeah, I think
the rest of the season.
Dalton's having like a pretty good year, and I think that like the fact that nobody's picking him up is like sort of indicative of the Daltonness of him, where like Dalton has had good years in the past, and at the end of the year, he kind of like shits the bed usually.
Right.
He gets a little bad, and I think everyone sort of like remembers that. I need to get rid of Dalton. I would trade him, but I don't think anybody wants anything for Andy Dalton. Maybe I could get like a ham sandwich for him or something. I don't know.
I don't even know if you could get that. It'd probably just be a mayonnaise sandwich.
Like this is the second time today that somebody is talking about mayonnaise sandwiches. My uncle was talking about mayonnaise sandwiches today, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, Miracle Whip sandwich." And I was like, "That's some fucking ghetto ass shit, dude."
Hey man, you can't afford the meat.
I know you're poor. That's like some super poor shit.
Sometimes people are super poor, dog.
I understand. I know.
I know.
But a Miracle Whip sandwich. Ugh. I think I would rather like eat Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I mean, at least get yourself some like Kraft mayonnaise. Miracle Whip is legit gross.
Miracle Whip is sick. It's sick.
Miracle Whip is like the runoff from like regular mayonnaise is made, and then people use it to wash their hair, and then they get what's out of the bottom of the shower.
Sick.
That's Miracle Whip.
That's disgusting. Do people still do that? Wash their hair with mayonnaise?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Is that like a bubblegum thing when you get bubblegum?
Yeah, no, that's peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter is the bubblegum and ice, right?
Yeah, mayonnaise just gives you that shine.
That's because it's made out of pure fat.
Well, it's got vinegar in it too.
Which is good for your hair.
It's good for your hair. You know what else is good for your hair?
Yeah.
Fantastic free agents and where to find them. Brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2: The Crimes of Grindelwald, coming November 16th from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers.
That's like next week.
Fuck.
I gotta go see that.
That is next week.
When are we gonna go? We're gonna go to Frank's. You don't live here anymore.
No, I don't live there anymore. I'm definitely not driving an hour and 15 minutes to go see this fucking movie.
Exactly. Guess we're not seeing it.
Kicking things off on this week's edition of Fantastic Free Agents and Where to Find Them, brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2. We're looking at some quarterbacks, and I did have Baker Mayfield on this list, but you know what? We had him on the Fantastic Free Agents thing for so long. I was like, I gotta find other people.
Nobody wants them. It's crazy.
And who else can you find? Well, you could find Marcus Mariota.
Holy God.
Who is only owned in 14% of ESPN leagues. He had a great game on Monday night. Started shaky, finished strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some really strong performances when fully healthy. I think he's got a real nice matchup this week against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Bears, but they got lit up by Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, they did.
I think Marcus Mariota is better than Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, he played. I watched that game. What game was that? Monday night game. I watched it. I turned it off in the beginning because the Cowboys looked like they were gonna do their weird Cowboys thing where they're good every other game or whatever.
Sure.
I turned it back and it was 14-14, and Mariota like single-handedly like just wins games for this team. Like he's just like, I have to win the game because I'm the guy who has to do it. And like as a Tennessee Titans fan, which I'm not. That must be the most frustrating ass shit. But like he'll fucking run one in for a touchdown. He'll just like do it. Because how else is it gonna get in there, right? Like
yeah.
It's crazy.
And here's the other thing about this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing the Patriots.
Right.
Titans coach.
Yeah.
Used to be a Patriot.
Mike Vrabel.
I'm not saying he still knows the ins and outs of that defense, but he knows the weaknesses of the Bill Belichick.
Yeah. He's a Trojan horse.
I'm going to throw that out there. They may lose the game. I expect Mariota to have a decent one. There are a lot of quarterbacks on bye this week.
Yeah, there's like everybody. It's my least favorite time of the fantasy year when it's like, oh, I got to manage my buys now.
And there's a lot of guys on bye next week too. Like Jared Goff is on a bye next week.
Yeah.
The Browns are on a bye next week. We're getting towards the end of the buys though, which is good.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, only owned in 6.6% of ESPN leagues, which makes total and complete sense, is San Francisco 49ers quarterback Nick Mullins.
So here's a question I was thinking about with Nick Mullins. If Nick Mullins continues to play great, which they're playing the Giants this week,
Yep.
he will look great.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Well, I think you got to ride the hot hand there, right? Because it's not like it's Jimmy Garoppolo's coming back off of injury. It's CJ Beathard. It was like,
oh yeah, no, but I mean, like, what if, like, let's say, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but like, let's say, like, Nick Mullins like plays awesome, like for the rest of the year, and then what do you do with Garoppolo? You still, I mean, you have to. Right?
I'm not that on board with Nick Mullins.
Well, what if he looks like so good?
I like Nick Mullins this week.
Okay, all right.
I think he has a real nice game against the Giants. I think the Giants are just barely better than Oakland.
Yeah, who's worse, right?
Yeah, and I think Mullins can do some things on Sunday because he'll look good. But I'm not ready to be like, is he better than Jimmy Garoppolo?
What if he is?
Maybe he is, but there's a reason he's the third string quarterback this far into the season, and that he couldn't start over CJ Beathard until CJ Beathard got hurt.
What if CJ Beathard put like a curse on him? And that's why he didn't play well, but now the curse has ended because like Beathard's hurt.
Well, then that's great because only 6% of people own him, and you can get him now. And if you have a keeper league, that's even better because then you can keep him for next year.
There you go. That's my pick. Nick Mullins, keeper league for next year.
But yes, as Josh said, great matchup this week against the Giants. If you're in a super pinch, like I love him this week, I'm not ready to ride the Nick Mullins train.
Don't listen to me. I'm being ridiculous. But this week, listen to the
Yeah. I think he's got a good game in him against the Giants. Moving over to running backs.
Eduardo says Nick Mullins didn't play that great. I don't know, Eduardo. I don't know.
You know.
I don't know.
You know.
I'm talking about QB controversy at the Bay. Anyway, sorry.
At running back, I like Mr. Duke Johnson Jr. He's owned in 62% of leagues. He hasn't been having a very good season, but once freed from Todd Haley's purgatory of running back hell,
he had
a great game.
Yeah, I just picked him up. I just got him just now.
So you followed our own advice.
I did. I followed our own advice. Yeah, because I had Andy Dalton, and I saw the name Andy Dalton, and I got sick to my stomach that I still had him. So I was like, I need to get this guy out of here, and I need a running back. So fuck it, Duke Johnson, the third junior. He's a junior, right?
He's a junior. Yeah. Yeah, I like him. I like him for the rest of the season. I think he's definitely going to be a strong flex play, particularly in PPR. Obviously, Nick Chubb is still going to get his, but if they follow the game plan they had last week, where they actually use Duke Johnson instead of leaving him on the bench,
right?
he could be good again. He's gonna get some receiving yardage, and could come in handy the final couple weeks of the season when you most need running backs.
Some sweet running back action.
Also back from injury this week, Detroit Lions Theo Riddick. He actually came back last week. I'm sorry, but 17.4%. Golden Tate is gone.
Yeah,
they got rid of Amir Abdullah.
Oh, he got like waiver wire, didn't he?
Yeah. So Theo Riddick is going to be, relevant again.
I thought he died.
No, he was just super hurt. But Stafford loves him. He's much more explosive than LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
Kerryon Johnson's a little banged up.
Man, I wish the Eagles would have kept Blount. God.
I only wish they would have kept Blount retroactively. Like now that everybody got hurt.
Yeah, at the time it was perfect sense, right?
He's not great for the Lions.
No, he's not. They don't like to do the running like that, which is why they got rid of Abdullah. They got rid of they kept Abdullah in like a glass, like a what do you call it? Like a kryptonite, not kryptonite, cryo.
They kept in one of the Bubble Boy things.
Yeah, they kept him in the Bubble Boy thing, and then they got LeGarrette Blount, and it was like that's the same guy that you have, like that's the same guy. He's a little better, I guess, sorta. But anyway, Theoretic, he's back. Who knew? I didn't know. I thought I didn't know where he was.
Oh, he's back.
I sent out a APB. Has anyone seen Theo Riddick?
He's here. He's here.
This is Riddick. Where is he?
Ah, there is a good one. He's ridiculous.
He's ridiculous.
Come on and be a part of the Chronicles of Theo Riddick.
Yeah, I was gonna just use a chronicle. Fuck, I can't use that one now.
Too late. I beat you to it. All right, but I'll let you get first crack at trying to come up with a good name one for this guy. Over in wide receiver town, Green Bay Packers, Mr. Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah. It's going to be a wide receiver Scantling.
Only owned in 43.5% of leagues in ESPN. He's been doing real nice.
Yeah,
for Green Bay.
They just like much like their quarterbacks over the years, like they just get good wide receivers. Like, oh, here's another one. They're like Pez. Like, do you want another wide receiver that's kind of good?
So here's the thing about Green Bay. Like, all right, we know Jordy Nelson was like legit good. Devontae Adams looks like he's actually like legit good.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, like, are they good or does Aaron Rodgers just make them look great?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's Aaron Rodgers because I'm thinking about like Greg Jennings, right? Like Greg Jennings, like I wouldn't be like, oh, Greg Jennings was so good. Greg Jennings. Like I wouldn't be like that guy is so good. He's not Jordy Nelson good. He's not even like Randall Cobb good. Like, so I don't know. Maybe that's a good question. I don't know.
No, but Marquez Valdez-Scantling has either had a touchdown or 100 yards in each of his last 4 games.
That's pretty good.
Really good. So even if he doesn't score, like he gets the yardage. Geronimo Allison is still out. Filling in as the third wide receiver. Rodgers seems to like him a lot. You know that they're going to throw because they're the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
This is a guy that might help. Here's a guy that might help your team.
Get him. His name is cool as fuck.
It's a controversial pick coming up here.
You think?
Controversial in my heart. Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Christian Kirk.
Is it because he's related to James T. Kirk?
I believe so. Tiberius.
Yes, Tiberius.
He's a precessor
and ancestor. I think still works, even though we're in the time when it is. It still works.
Okay. Only owned in 20% of the leagues. He is Arizona's leading receiver in yardage.
Yeah, he's a rookie too.
Which at first you're like, oh wow, he's the leading receiver in yardage, but he only has like 400 yards.
Arizona's fucking bad.
But you know, he's a guy who is playing relatively well on a very shitty team.
Terrible team, right? Yeah.
And this week they're playing Kansas City.
Yeah.
Gonna have to throw.
Yeah.
He has deep threat potential. He's got great yards after catch.
Yeah.
You know, with these kind of things, they coalesce a little bit. Sometimes you get that like perfect storm of things.
Right. That's what they're going to need to play the Chiefs. They're going to need the perfect storm of things.
The perfect storm of things. Well, they need the perfect storm of things to just hang in the game.
Yeah, they're going to need
they're going to get blown the fuck out.
They're going to need the Angels in the outfield to help them win the game. Like Christopher Lloyd needs to come down and like put the ball in Christian Kirk's hands and like what? Like the ball's going to float around. Like, what?
How comes they never did Angels in the end zone?
It might have been a straight to DVD.
Hang on.
Let's look that up. I bet you there is one.
Oh God, it's real.
There is. Yep. I knew it.
Angels in the end zone is the Christopher Lloyd one.
No, he's in both.
Oh, I thought Danny Glover was in the Angels in the out.
But he's the angel. Christopher Lloyd's the angel. I can't believe he did this one. He must have needed to pay off some bills, man.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. Is that also Tony Danza?
Is in which one?
Angels in the Outfield.
I don't remember that. Hey, Angela, there's angels in the outfield. Angela,
That's exactly it.
it's me, Tony.
Let me
My
see.
name's Tony and all the things.
Yeah, Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he's the kid, and that little kid is in it too. He was in a bunch of shit. He's the little kid from fucking Hook. He's in Hook. He's like the little kid at the end.
That little shithead.
Yeah, that little kid.
Fucking
At the end.
what's that? Love Burger.
Love Burger. That's the
No.
band from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah, but he's the guy in Can't Hardly Wait, isn't he?
Donald Faison?
No, the kid from Hook.
No, yes. The kid, yeah, no. The little black kid. He's the little black kid.
Oh,
Not the son from Hook.
my mistake.
Yeah. He's like the second adorable child in Angels in the Outfield. Like we needed more adorable children in it, I guess. I don't know.
Gotcha. Here's who's in Angels in the End Zone. Matthew Lawrence. Not even the good Lawrence brother.
Whoa.
Who is David Gallagher?
Is that Gallagher's brother?
Oh, the little son from Seventh Heaven.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, remember Seventh Heaven?
Yeah, I remember the guy from Star Trek 1 who molested the kids. Was the dad.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, moving right along. Would you believe that only 54.9% of people in ESPN have Jack Doyle on their team?
Jack Doyle football rules, man.
He came back from injury last week and had a fucking great game. It was like Eric Ebron, who?
Yeah, that makes
He's
sense.
gone. Adam.
That's a good pickup. Do we
Even if you don't need a tight end, Adam.
Oh man, do we have him? I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up.
You gotta look it up. Who's your tight end? Doesn't matter. Get Jack Doyle.
I don't know. Who is my
unless
tight
your
end?
tight end's like Travis Kelce, then keep
No, I have
Travis Kelce.
OJ Howard. That's who I have.
Oh, OJ Howard's still good.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get rid of OJ Howard
No.
or Jack Doyle. I don't see Jack Doyle on our league either. So
Did I get him?
you might have gotten him.
No, I have Zach Ertz, and I don't think I kept whoever else I had because I was
he's
like,
available. Yeah, there you go.
because Zach Ertz doesn't have any more bye weeks, so I don't need tight ends anymore. Oh, I have OJ Howard in our other league.
Wait, who do I have?
I don't. Maybe you have OJ Howard in a different league. I don't know, dog.
Wait, who do I have on my team now?
I'm looking.
Look it up. Hold on.
What's your team? No flex.
No flex.
Oh man, you're fighting Blue Moose this week.
I got Kyle Rudolph. Should I trade OJ
Oh,
Howard?
and Jimmy Graham.
Should I get rid of Kyle Rudolph for Jack Doyle football rules?
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like that move.
Yeah, it's that makes sense to me.
I like that
All
move.
right.
While you're making that move, let me talk about this move. We talked about him before. We're talking about him again. Yeah, it's Chris Herndon, baby.
Yeah.
You know, dude is just racking up them touchdowns for the Jets. And now I made this list with Darnold in mind.
Mm.
And Chris Herndon was already, a prime target. But now with McCown back, I feel like Herndon's stock goes up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because he has a more reliable quarterback back there.
Right, somebody who knows how to get the ball like to a tight end when it's needed. Where I think that's like more of like a learned skill, and Darnold isn't there yet, right? Like he's not quite like that good yet. I feel like just a feeling. I don't know if that's like the numbers support that the football science,
the analytics,
the
if
analytics.
you will.
Yeah. The analytics.
There you go. That was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, I still like Chris Herndon, only in 11.8% of leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a top 12 guy? No. But if your top 12 guy is out, he's there. He's there for you. Adam, give him a little ad. He's gonna be Okay. Those were the Fantastic Free Agents and where to find them, brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. You could get your tickets now through Fandango's app, and make sure you have tickets to see it on November 16th, coming to you from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Oh, I think we're going to be looking for a new sponsor in this area.
Oh, no, really? Why?
It's getting to be not that time anymore.
What? It's always time for this thing.
All right, well, we'll let the fans decide whether or not it's always time for Dairy Queen Daily Fantasy Picks. Right now, you can enjoy a blended Oreo Hot Cocoa Blizzard for a limited time at Dairy Queen.
Yes.
And Daily Fantasy Picks are back, and we're going to start at quarterback.
Oh, yeah, look at this first one. Oh, God, yes.
Where I like Philip Ronald Rivers for $6,000.
That's cheap as shit for him. They're playing great.
Yeah. This
I don't know why he's 6,000.
Could be the year.
That first of all right. That's crazy, but okay. No, they're playing good, but I don't know.
I'm not saying Super Bowl.
Oh, you just mean it could be the year.
It could be the year for Philip Rivers to like go deep in the playoffs.
So what, like divisional round?
Oh man.
He wins that wild card game that he always wanted to win.
Yeah. But like unless this team like cripples itself,
right,
they're gonna finish with a real nice record and not be like that 8-8 team that like limps into the playoffs.
Perpetual 8-8. Like they're like the Cowboys of the AFC, right? Always like 7-9, 8-8. Yeah, I like that.
Rivers this week.
Yeah, it's
I think it's got a good matchup.
Who they play him?
I don't know. I don't write that stuff down. I guess I should.
Well, we have like several windows open. I have like 20 windows open of shit, and I just looked at it, but I don't know.
Let me see.
The Raiders. Okay, yeah, you should play the Raiders. Yeah, they're playing the Raiders.
They're playing the Raiders. All right, for 5,200, which blows my mind. This is to me, it's a little high for this guy.
Hey,
I like it anyway. I like it anyway.
Maybe there's controversy coming.
5,200 for Nick Mullins.
I mean, Nick Mullins is 5,200. What's Jimmy Garoppolo going to be? That's all I'm saying.
0 because he's hurt.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying. But I like Nick Mullins against the Giants at 5,200. I think you get some nice return on that.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
And I like the other guy we talked about, Mr. Marcus Mariota for 4,700.
Wow, that is so cheap. That's like totally worth it.
Yeah, 47. Not only is that just cheap for I think a guy who could have a real great game, but it's cheap enough that you can then bolster the rest of your roster with expensive guys.
Yeah,
just in case he craps it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's worth. That's like totally worth the risk. Like I feel like that's like, I might change mine, but I have to redo. We're good. But that's that's my favorite one. That's out of all.
Mariota, you like Mariota at 4,700 is your favorite one. That's Josh Henderson's bootlicker of the week. Is
I was just looking Nick Mullins' boots. Now Marcus Mariota, Super Mariota. That's what
Super Mariota. Oh, nice. That's good.
They call him that, don't they?
Sure.
All right.
In running backs, this week, I truly do think 7,600 is not an obscene price to pay for Christian McCaffrey.
He'll like score a touchdown, like at least.
It's Thursday. It's gonna be weird, but I like him in this matchup.
Yeah,
it's something about Pittsburgh to me screams McCaffrey has a big game.
Yeah, I agree with you on this game being really weird. Like this feels like it's a weird matchup for two teams who like don't play each other ever, right? Like NFC South versus AFC East team, like weird, right? AFC North, sorry. I'm stuck in, well, that would be AFC Central, I guess, is what they used to be
pre-2002.
Yeah, it's just weird. It feels weird.
It does. For 5,500, you can get your hands on a nice Chubb,
Oh,
a nice Nick Chubb.
oh yeah. Oh, woo, like steam comes out of my ears.
I think he's a fantastic play this week.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I know we were just praising Duke Johnson for going to be doing real good things, but Nick Chubb will deliver points.
Yeah, he's good.
And for 5,500 for a number one running back, that's great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like Mark Ingram at 45.
Oh my God, that's cheap as dirt.
Now I know like Kamara's been getting a lot of everything.
Yeah.
But if you kind of look at the way last season went and how this season has been since Ingram has been here, it's kind of like swaying back and forth as to who does what. And I think this is a game where Ingram is going to establish some ground yardage.
Yeah. He's been a little quiet, but he's dangerous as fuck still. Like those two guys are scary as hell.
Yeah, he's super dangerous and he's super fresh.
Ooh.
Right? Because he missed all that time.
Yeah.
So I really like Ingram at 45. Now here is a play.
This is crazy. This is a crazy person play.
This is a crazy person play. But we know he's playing. Doug Peterson came out today and said Darren Sproles is playing. He's back.
He's back.
And at 3,400, that is a hell of a flex play.
Yeah, you'll get some punt returns. He's going to return the kicks and stuff.
I believe we're putting Golden Tate in that position.
Oh, you think so?
I've heard Golden Tate on punt returns.
What about? Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're Sproles. They just want to keep him
not doing it. Okay, I get it.
That's what I've heard. Now, who knows how it plays out on Sunday?
Right. All right.
I still like Sproles because he's the only competent running back on the team.
Yeah, he'll catch a lot too, and that one wheel route that they always run, is like so pretty. Oh,
when Sproles was healthy and playing, he dominated the snap count.
Right.
Like everybody else was just like, yeah, we get like one or two carries, and Sproles was like 70% of the offense.
That's crazy.
So
he's so old. Oh my God.
3,400 is a nice price.
That's how old he is too. 3,400 years old.
Yeah.
He's a vampire.
Moving over to wide receiver.
This is awful. I hate this one.
You hate this one? Look at who he's playing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Look at who he's playing. Look at who Odell Beckham is playing this week. And tell me 7,900 isn't like the deal of the century on this guy.
That's a pretty good deal, I guess.
Considering you got other guys, like Antonio Brown is still like 8,400.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah,
for 500 less, you get Odell Beckham.
Beckham like, going for sub 8, I guess. I got you against the 49ers. Yeah, I got it. I hear you saying.
You hear what I'm saying?
I got you. That's a good pick.
No, they're not playing the Eagles. I'm not playing them against the Eagles. I'm saying pay them now.
Yeah.
Against the 49ers.
Richard Sherman.
But if you feel like Beckham is not your flavor.
A little too rich.
Jarvis Landry at 6,200.
Ooh.
Right? He's poised for a big game. He's been quiet.
He's been playing well, but like you said, quiet. He's really good. Like he's just too good to not have a big game.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think there's just something a little magic might happen this week for Jarvis Landry. And I'm not just saying that because I have him on my one team and I need him to
I also have him on my one team. Let me look. He's in my flex. I put him in there just now.
There you go.
I need
your team is the no flex zone. How are you allowed to play flex players?
The secret is I'm always a flex player, Luke. Captain Luke.
At a gorgeous budget price of 5,000.
Yeah.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, we just told you to go do them.
You know, again, touchdown or 100 yards, touchdown or 100 yards.
Yep.
Guaranteed points.
I
I like it.
Yep. Agreed.
And if you're trying to save some Skrilla,
Some Skrilla.
I like DJ Moore at 3,900 from the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. I always forget that the Seahawks have like players on their team. But that's one of them.
He had like 3 really nice games before he got shut down last week.
Yeah.
But I believe the games prior to that were more indicative of what you can expect from him than this complete shutdown game.
Yeah.
You know, and especially, you know, if Chris Carson is still hurt, I know they're going to try and run the ball with Mike Davis, but I like Moore at 3,900. The value of that guy compared to what you might get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed. That's really good.
Down in tight end town.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We got some real nice cheapers here.
Some good cheapers.
Yeah. George Kittle at 5,900.
That's a deal.
He's literally the third best tight end points wise in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
And he's like 1,200 cheaper than Zach Ertz and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, so like you're getting like basically slightly less better version of those two guys for like a ridiculously cheap, like comparatively cheap price. Like
yeah. And again, 49ers.
Yeah. Giants.
Yeah. And Kittle and Mullins hooked up last week. I got to sneeze. Hang on.
Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, you make me sick. He's sneezing again. Are we good?
Okay.
How many times do you sneeze? I only sneeze twice. That's
if they're big, like
Yeah.
twice. But if sometimes you get those little ones.
Oh, those suck.
It's like I hate that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, suck it all back in.
Yeah, just breathe it in.
I swear, before this podcast started, I didn't have this trouble. I must be this room.
We're talking and there's dust and stuff.
Yeah, dust.
Dust coming out of my mouth.
Dust. Surprisingly, after the month he's just had,
Yeah.
OJ Howard is only 5,300.
How is he cheaper? I guess he's just because he's on the Bucks and they're like bad now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the dude still puts up his numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get like really confused by like the way that these numbers work out. Like I try to think about it and I'm like, I don't think I know how this works. Like I'm not sure why. I guess maybe he's like less reliable. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, I don't care how they decide it as long as it's cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like that for 53. And, I know he was hurt. He's only had one game back. But again, Jack Doyle, 4,300. That's like
prime tight end time.
Luck, even last year, I know Doyle finished in like the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
He gets his targets.
Yeah. So,
I mean, the chemistry returned almost immediately last week against the Raiders. So you got to feel that like it's going to be there. Yeah.
They looked at each other across the room and Endless Love played.
My endless love. All right, moving over to the defensive side of the ball. Who's playing the Bills this week? The Jets.
Who's playing the Bills and who's playing the Cardinals?
The Jets are playing the Bills, and for 3,400, that's worth it because the Jets actually have a good defense, and I think that they'll make either Josh Allen or Derek Anderson look like shit.
Whoever they wheel out there.
It doesn't matter.
To get murdered.
And here's your gamble of the week.
Gamble of the week.
The Eagles Sunday Night Football.
Oh God, it's
against
all black.
the Cowboys.
They're playing all black. Oh God,
2,900.
Woo, that's cheap as fuck, man. For that,
this defense has not done much all season.
Not like last year.
I think this is the game where it does.
You're gonna see an interception or two. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna see like 2 interceptions.
I feel like the Cowboys are about ready to pack it in.
Yeah, well, it's like that time of the year, right? They're all like, "Oh, we're not as good as we were told we were." Ooh, I'm the Cowboys. My pussy hurts.
That's the Cowboys.
Why aren't we winning? Why don't we win when we stop running Zeke in the second half and he has like 100 yards in the first half? That's them. Nailed it. Suck it, Jerry Jones. I hope Jerry Jones never dies. I hope he's the owner and GM of the Cowboys well into the 22nd century. What century? 22nd century. Hope they like freeze his head like what's his name? Walt Disney and and he's just a head like spitting out like trade first round for Amari Cooper. That's what.
Oh my God! Remember when they did that?
That was really. We didn't even talk about that because we missed that week. But that was absurdly stupid. That's the stupidest thing I have ever seen the Cowboys do. That is so stupid.
It blew my mind.
It's so stupid. It is
like,
so fucking stupid.
The market price was not that high for anybody.
Dude, the Raiders were like, okay. They like put the phone down and they're like, what the fuck?
Dude, it was like in Moneyball with Jonah. He's just like, yes.
Yep. So dumb. Cowboys
so dumb. Good for them, though, for fucking blowing a first-round pick on that asshole.
He's worth it, though, because he was one. Oh, but he's terrible.
He had a touchdown catch, Josh.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's all worth it.
Hey, Des Bryant's a saint now.
Yeah, that's another one. Why did they get him? For why?
Whatever.
Why?
It's one season for 8 games. Like,
for
give yourself a little depth.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think he does anything this year. I think he's basically
like,
just.
What's his name? What was the guy, the Cowboys guy that we got during like the Chip Kelly for that 1 year?
Oh, Miles Austin.
Miles Austin. He's gonna be like their Miles Austin. Like, is it like when you're like, is it Miles Austin on this team? And then like, you like, oh, there he is.
1 catch, 3 yards.
Yep. That's what's gonna be. Cool.
All right. Well, those were the Dairy Queen Daily Fantasy picks for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, go to Dairy Queen, get yourself a Blizzard. They're good. Do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But not now. I mean, after the show, do it.
I'm going to go right now. I don't know.
Say that every episode.
I'm going. Well, I can't go because it's too late and mine is closed because I live in a Mormon town full of Mormons.
Full of Mormons.
They don't let you eat caffeine.
Mormons and hurricanes.
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes. Yeah.
Kansas up here now. I live in fucking Kansas. Fuck it. Fuck it.
All right. Well, after we pick our daily fantasy picks of the week, that means it's time to talk about the fantasy football challenge.
There you go.
We got a lot to catch up on, so I'm going to blast right through it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In week 8,
that was 2 weeks.
Josh picked Drew Brees, Tariq Cohen, Marquise Goodwin, and Ben Watson. 37.3 total points.
That's a respectable number.
I also fell into my own Drew Brees hype.
Yeah.
They hardly had to throw the ball that game.
Yep.
So we got beat there. Benjamin Watson had no points, but Alvin Kamara had a hell of a game.
Yep.
Against the Giants. All right.
Wrong player. Same story as every week.
I picked Drew Brees, Adrian Peterson, who had a wonderful week in week 8, Sterling Shepard and Evan Engram. Grand total of 54.3. So that gave me a win and Josh a loss, moving him to 2-6 and me to 6-2.
Uh-huh.
In week 9, Josh annihilated the universe.
I killed everybody. I fucking Thanos the shit out of this whole league.
Hamikami Had all over everybody. Oh, hang on. We got something. Shams is letting us know. Remember the Roy Williams trade? They gave up a first and a third round pick to acquire receiver Roy Williams from the Detroit Lions at the 2008 trade deadline, and then sign him to a $54 million contract extension.
Forgot about that because who the fuck remembers Roy Williams? I do remember that though. He was on that team for quite some time.
He was on that team for a long ass time, and then he did some things for a little bit, and then he didn't.
Yep. Now I don't know where he is now.
Was post T.O.
Yeah.
He was like the guy they brought in to be the new T.O.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out great.
54 million. That's a good idea.
Oh, man. All right. So anyway, Josh in week 9, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tevin Coleman, Brandon Cooks, Chris Herndon, all of them just had tremendous games.
Yeah.
So Josh finished out the week with 90.2 points.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points. That's only the second time anybody's capped 90, and both of those times have been you or me.
Or you, yeah. I remember you or the other one.
I had Phil Rivers, Kerryon Johnson, Cortland Sutton, and OJ Howard. Just kind of an okay week. Any other week, it would have been actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But you dominated. So I put up 54.5. That moved me to 6-3, and Josh to 3-6. He's back on the board.
I'm coming back. Oh my God.
On the listener team side, the listener teams did not have 2 good weeks.
It doesn't look like it. I'm looking at the scores here.
Nobody beat us in either week.
Oof. That's awesome.
If I did my math right.
I love it. Oh, fuck yeah.
I didn't. I did my math wrong. No, I mean, I did my math right, but also I miscounted wrong. So here we go. Anyway, I'm stupid. Nobody beat Josh last week.
Yeah.
Okay. KJ Sandwich, week 8. Andy Dalton, Wayne Gallman Jr., Stefan Diggs, and CJ Uzuma. I must say, I was very surprised. KJ had the first ever negative point total. He had negative 0.1 from Wayne Gallman Jr.
Wayne Gallman Jr.
He's the backup to Saquon Barkley.
Oh my God. That was crazy. That was a crazy play.
So KJ got 48 points that week. Now, not to be outdone on the negative point side, Jads, by going with the Green Bay Packers, as per usual, Aaron Rodgers, Ty Montgomery, Randall Cobb, and Jimmy Graham. Ty Montgomery had negative 0.2 points.
Good God, what is happening?
And Jads ended up in week 8 with 26.8 total points.
Oh,
which is very, very low.
Jads. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Jads. Brooks, Drew Brees, Kareem Hunt, Chris Godwin, Michael Roberts, 33.6. TJ did not submit a team for week 8.
Oh, no, TJ. What happened?
Great field, Alex Smith, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, and Nick Vanette, who I was like, who the fuck is Nick Vanette? 36.4 points. Shamstron, Drew Brees, Phil Lindsay, T.Y. Hilton, and D. Harris. I was like, who the fuck is D. Harris? And so was ESPN. They were like, oh, he had 0 points.
Digging deep.
Had 31.4. And Pigeon, Matty Stafford, ADP, Alshon Jeffrey, and Kyle Rudolph for 59. So Pigeon won the user for the week.
For the week, yeah.
And he beat Josh and Luke that week. That brings the listener wins for after week 8. The total was Shams with 4, Jads with 4, Pigeon with 4, Greatfield with 4, KJ with 3, Brooks with 2, TJ with 3.
Okay.
And also on listener teams win side, that put Shams at 2, Greatfield at 2, KJ at 2, and Pigeon at 2.
Okay, that was yes.
Now, heading into week 9 for the listener teams, Cam Newton, Nick Chubb, Devin Funchess and Mark Andrews for KJ, 53.6.
Good week.
Respectable week.
Yeah.
Brooks, Cam Newton, Jordan Howard, Sammy Watkins, and Vance McDonald. Again, solid week, 54.8. TJ in week 9.
Look at this.
Pat Mahomes, Lamar Miller, TJ Jones, Greg Olson, 56.5. That's a good week.
Yes.
Jads. Jads, we got to get you to pick somebody besides the Packers, bro.
The Packers.
I know you picked all the Eagles that 1 week.
He loves the Packers.
But I want you to get some wins so bad. Aaron Rodgers, Jamal Williams, Randall Cobb, and Jimmy Graham for a grand total of 49.5.
That's a good week, though. That's another good week.
It is. It's a solid week. Phil Rivers, Phil Lindsay, Cortland Sutton, and Jimmy Graham for Greatfield for 51.7.
They're stepping up. They're learning.
Shamstron, Cam Newton, Adrian Peterson, DJ Moore, and Chris Herndon for 43.5. And lastly, Pigeon with Pat Mahomes, Isaiah Kroll, Chris Godwin, and OJ Howard with 61.1.
Good week, but I scored 90 points, so nobody
did. So Pigeon got a listener team win to give him 3. He was now the leader in listener team wins. Nobody got a listener win over Josh and Luke.
Yes.
So
Josh, it's time to be good.
It is week 10. Who you got?
Week 10. Wait. Where is the team that I want? Hold on.
You have it written down here.
Yeah. Wait. Are the Bears on bye? No, they're playing. I'm just making sure. Okay. All right. Here we go. Quarterback. I'm getting on the Mitch Trubisky train, man. They're playing the Lions. Lions are pretty terrible. Mitch Trubisky. Running back Aaron Jones. He ran a whole lot last week, and I was like, this guy's gonna just keep getting the ball. And if the Packers and what's his name, the coach, don't
Mike
fuck
McCarthy,
up. Mike McCarthy, which he probably will. They should just run him like more because like they need to. So do that. Calvin Ridley from the Falcons. I like Calvin Ridley. He's decently priced, and he's good. I think he scored last week. It was cool. Fuck Washington. And tight end, because the Eagles are playing the Dallas Cowboys. I'm picking Dallas Sucks Goddard to have a big game.
That's an interesting pick. I was actually going to go with him.
Yeah.
Until I thought about the fact that we added Golden Tate, and then I was like,
right, that's maybe not the best.
But I like your rationale that we're playing Dallas and you want Dallas to score.
He's gonna do great.
I like it.
The stars.
I like that whole lineup actually.
Thank you.
I'm a little iffy on Goddard, but I like the whole lineup.
Well, I also ran out of money. So.
No, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm going in with our own fantasy picks here. Nick Mullins at quarterback.
Future
Mark Ingram at running back. Marquez Valdez-Scantling at wide receiver. And Jack Doyle at tight end.
That's a really good lineup.
I'm buying the whole daily fantasy picks from Dairy Queen because I'm going to go get a Blizzard and have sex with it.
I mean, I would just eat it, but you could do that.
That too.
That team is great. That's a great team. Mullins, I'm horny for this Mullins guy, dude.
I can tell.
I think he's going to be it's going to be like a Joe Montana, Steve Young situation. Who are they going to pick? It's going to be exactly like that, except neither of them are anywhere near.
I don't know, man. It'll be like that.
Who are they going to start? It's going to be Nick Mullins. Future superstar Nick Mullins.
Future superstar.
He's going to be
lock it down. Find his rookie cards now, guys.
His rookie cards. Shit, where'd I put his rookie at? Oh, I found my my book.
I don't think he actually has one yet because I was
yeah.
I follow a couple of card collecting guys and they were like, "Hey, Nick Mullins doesn't have a rookie card yet."
Right. He didn't have a Twitter. I found all my Randall Cunningham cards.
Oh, nice.
I have a Randall Cunningham rookie card. It's this one. This is the one.
That is the one.
I have it. I also have my signed Randall Cunningham card.
What's weird about that card, though, is that it's not from his rookie season, but it's his rookie.
Not because they didn't make cards in '86.
Something like that.
This is the one that he signed when I had pneumonia, and I knew the trainer of the Eagles, and he got it signed for me. And they sent me a get well card, and I did. I got well.
Who's the other guy on that? Mike Quick?
Fred Barnett.
Oh, Fred Barnett.
The Buffalo catch when he threw the ball from the end zone like 96 yards or whatever
Gotcha.
it was. It's a cool card.
Nice.
It's worth exactly no money, but
everything to you. It's priceless.
Yeah.
It's invaluable.
That's right. Literally has no value.
No, that's like inflammable.
And it's like means it's both. It means it is flammable. Flammable means inflammable? What a country.
Oh. So those were our picks for this week's fantasy football challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, you can get in on the action over on our Discord. You get $20,000 budget. You pick the 4 positions, and you compete against me and Josh every week. And as you could tell, we are only 9 weeks into the season, and it is literally anybody's game at this point.
Yo, you can just win. You're gonna win prizes.
And there are prizes, and they're up for grabs.
I guess we should like figure out what those are. It'll figure itself out. You can win Josh's priceless. No, you can't. I'm never giving this away.
Never.
My rental card. I love you, Alex Cunningham.
Maybe we'll make trading cards of us.
That'd be so cool. Oh fuck, dude.
You can win a complete fantasy football podcast trading card set, autographed by Luke and Josh.
When I played softball like every year with Buke and Sean, they made trading cards like for the game.
I know Buke still has a couple up on it. I love them. They're so great.
And the one is me just smoking a cigarette, like it's so great. I love it.
He started to make Ghostman ones, but we never finished them because the company went out of business.
Whoops.
Let me tell you guys something. If you ever work for a company and the boss of the company also sells refurbished airplanes to the Iraqis.
Was it Iraq?
Don't work there.
Iraq.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Same difference.
That's what rich people do.
Same difference. Yeah, well, let's
What poses would our pictures be in? Spread eagle.
Well, it's a whole set.
Maybe
so
a style.
There will be multiples.
Can I do a reverse cowgirl?
You can do a reverse cowgirl.
Sweet. Save a reverse. Ride a cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl. That you could do that in like softcore because you don't see anything.
I know softcore. Oh god, softcore sucks though.
It's weird.
It's so fake. It's just like I know nothing's happening. This is bullshit. It's just like not how it works. I've done this.
But you got to give them credit for at least attempting to come up with movies. You know, like they try to plot them.
Yeah, they do. There's a bunch of them on Showtime starring what's her name? Carter, not Callie Carter. She's like a real porn star.
Oh, Cagney Carter?
Not Cagney Lynn Carter.
Yeah.
Not her. Another blonde Carter. Fuck, I forget her name. And she's in a bunch of softcore porn on Showtime, and I was like, all right. And I looked it out, and I was like, oh, this is stupid. This is fucking dumb. Like, why don't I just go watch like real porn without the stupid story? So I did.
Carter Cruz.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that girl.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you've seen her. She's everywhere. She's been around.
Yep.
Brazzers.
One day I'll understand the whole stepsister thing, but not today.
I get this. I get the stepsister thing. I get that.
Do you?
Yeah, because I don't have a sister, so I don't have any siblings that
I don't either, but I just don't get like oh, stepsis helps me with their homework and a blowjob. It's like,
yeah, I understand that more than I get like the straight up mom shit. Like it's like your mom. Like that's
that's not good.
That's fucked up. Like I don't. I gotta like pretend it's not happening in the movie. I'm just like, no. Just cut to the part where the stuff.
All right. Well, this has been the fantasy football porncast. Thanks for tuning in. No, I'm kidding. But thank you guys for being patient with me. Josh was always up and ready to go. It's the delays are always on my end.
No, it's fine. You're fine. I get it, man. You got to go to Alabama and just go to a movie theater every now and then.
Oh, God. Anyway, but thank you guys for tuning back in. Thank you for participating. In these weeks while we've been out and being patient. We should be good to go for the rest of the season. We hope you guys continue to participate. Hope you continue to tune in. Looking forward to a great final 2 months of the season here. A lot of exciting storylines, a lot of new players in new places, a lot of playoff battles.
It's gonna get in the NFC. It's gonna get woo boy.
So lots to look forward to for the rest of the season, and we're looking forward to talking about all of it. Josh, good to see you.
Good to see you, Luke. Welcome back. I'm glad you made it back to America.
Me too. All right, guys. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel, as long as nothing else goes wrong. Goodbye.
Bye.